Yesterday, I was a chicken with its head cut off. No exaggeration. That's it. That's the episode summary. But stick with me, because I'm about to tell you exactly why and exactly what to do about it. Welcome to the Veteran Teacher Files. I'm the Dragon Lady, and if you're new here, welcome. Buckle up and get ready for some stuff nobody tells you about this job. So, the head cut off day. I'm returning to this district after being gone for a couple years. So, training, on top of setting up a classroom, on top of taking care of my own kids, on top of trying to squeeze in some me time, gym time, whatever time. Ambitious? Yeah, just a bit. So, my kids go to bed around 7. I know, pretty fortunate. By 8, I was snoring on the couch. And I want to be clear. This isn't just a mom thing or a wife thing. This was my life before I was either of those. This is just what launching a classroom does to a person. So, today I'm telling you exactly what to expect the first week or two of school and how to survive it, because nobody tells you this part. First off, let's talk about the shoes, because teaching is a whole different kind of exercise. You're on your feet, walking in small circles in a room all day long. So if you had this idea that you've got a pace going and that you're stretching your muscles, building up sweat, no, not that kind of walking. You're going to be walking in slow circles in your classroom. So don't expect to lose any weight or shape any calves from this. Please, please, please invest in good footwear. I don't care if it's sneakers, make them good ones. I don't care if they're high heels, make them good ones. Put the money into your feet, your ankles, your back. Everything's going to thank you for it later. Now, back in the day, I used to put on high heels and stuff for my first day of school. I'm not going to do that this year. But if that's you, that's cool. Just know that you should probably bring a backup pair. And yes, your feet are going to hurt in different ways because you're going to be standing for hours walking in these circles, like I said, and that might not be something that you're used to. I don't care if you work out at the gym. I don't care if you're a runner. Your body might not be used to standing like that and walking in those slow circles for hours. So just be prepared for that. Next, you will be tired. I need you to hear that. So let me say it again. Yes, you will be tired. If you're cleaning, if you're wiping, if you're sweeping, pulling out staples, cutting up butcher paper, putting up butcher paper, moving tables, moving chairs, lifting chairs, stacking chairs, cleaning out desks, all the little things, you're gonna be tired. And on top of that, you're gonna start experiencing what it feels like to have a sudden case of ADD or ADHD. I'm not really sure which one, because it just happens. All of a sudden, these tabs start opening up. You'll be mid butcher paper, and all of a sudden you're thinking about a lesson plan idea, or that you should need to send that email to HR, or you need to follow up on blank 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 forms. Your brain just starts running 100 miles an hour with 100 tabs open. It starts before the school year even begins. And it doesn't really close down until the middle of June, a couple of weeks after the school year ends. That is so exhausting. The kids aren't even here yet, and already you have an HR tab open, a tab for school stuff, a tab for to do, a tab for buy this, a tab for return this, a tab for don't forget this, a tab for grab that from the house, a tab for, everything. These tabs just start opening up as soon as you get your keys. And you still have a whole life running in the background with its own tabs. So expect to be tired, because you will be. You will be physically tired and you will be mentally tired. It's just all a big mess, you guys. Now, I'm a mom and a wife. And last weekend, while we were grocery shopping, I told my husband, we're keeping it easy this week. And in a roundabout way, what I was really trying to tell him is, you're kind of in charge for dinner for about the next 2 weeks because I don't know how much energy I'm going to have when I get home. Now, I'm not a fancy schmancy cook, but I do actually enjoy cooking for my family. But these next 2 weeks, I know myself now. When I lived alone, I had no shame and no problem coming home, having a bowl of cereal and calling it dinner. Or ordering a pizza and working on it for the next 2 nights. Not a problem. But now, I got kids. So, chicken nuggets it is. I have to respect myself. So, everybody stays fed. Nobody's going to go hungry. And the menu is going to just be easy on the chef. So, I'm thinking like hot dogs, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, noodles or pasta with some pre-made, pre-seasoned chicken. Whatever it is, make it easy, make it microwavable, just feed it and go. Warm it up and go. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to be grabbing, Burger King every day. Burger King once a night's fine, but you also want to fuel yourself correctly. So keep that in mind that you have to fuel yourself correctly, but also keep in mind you're going to probably be low on energy. You might not want to go home to feed yourself, even though it's very important, just being honest with you. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, awesome, my school day ends at 2:30, so I'm going to be home with plenty of time and energy to do this and that. Wrong. I'm telling you right now, wrong. Your day might end at 2:30, and you're going to be there way longer than you think. At least for the beginning part, while you're still trying to figure things out and while you are learning the things that you didn't know. Those 5:30 gym plans that seemed hours away, you're either going to have too much to do or you're going to be like hecka tired. Or maybe you're going to be sore from moving 25 desks around for the 7th time because you still can't figure out a room configuration. Whatever it is, give yourself grace. I'm pretty type A. So there's been plenty of years where I used to beat myself up for missing out a workout or missing out a run, but I've learned. This week, next week, the beginning of the school year, I have to be kind to myself. I'm probably not going to be making dinner. I'm probably not going to be hitting the gym. I'm probably not straightening my hair. I'm probably not texting you back. And that's just the way it is for the first couple weeks of school. Just keeping it real. Now, if I think back to my first year teaching, oh my goodness. Okay. So the first time I went into the classroom, I was finishing my master's degree at the same time I was teaching a combo class, which, if you don't know, means 2 levels in 1 room, double the planning. I was exhausted, cranky, and I had a boyfriend at the time who was still in college, living his own 20-something-year-old life, and he kind of got the brunt end of it, and that's something I have to admit. We'd argue over nothing because there wasn't really anything to argue about. It was just me running on empty and not knowing how to say that out loud. Had I known then what I know now, I would have packed myself more snacks. I would have given myself time to decompress before walking in the door. I would have set actual boundaries between my home life and my lesson planning time. I would have told myself to save my paycheck because back then I was convinced that every month there was something new I needed to buy. I was tired, I was frustrated, and I was probably hungry too. So if you've listened to my burrito episode, you know I was kind of broke those first couple years. So I'm saying this because a lot of new teachers are young and you have your own relationships, so just giving you a heads up. 25 years later, I'm still tired, but I'm not going to tell you that goes away because it doesn't. What's different is that I don't panic about it anymore. I know which plates are allowed to be dropped for a couple of weeks. The gym, the home cooked meals, texting you back, and which ones I can't. And I know how to tell people in my life, this is a season. It's not you, it's the tabs. Am I nervous going into this launch? Yeah. Am I prepared? Yeah. That's the gift of being a reflective person. You actually learn from your mistakes instead of just repeating them over and over again. And if you're new to this profession, welcome. Buckle up. It's genuinely a pretty dope profession to be in. You're just going to hear me complain about it a lot. I also want to give a shout out to my support system because none of us do this alone. I'm grateful to my parents, my father-in-law, and my husband for all stepping in and taking turns watching the kids. I'm grateful to my comadre for checking in on me, and I'm 100% grateful to my tribe. You ladies know who you are, and you know that I love you. I'm also very grateful to my new little group that I made, the table in the back. So find your people. Your people matter. And be honest with your people. I love my tribe. Find the people that you can have those real and open and tough conversations, and the people that you can just laugh with. So it's really important. Find your people, be honest with your people, and let them know where you're at. I know for myself, yesterday I came home and I told my husband, I feel like a walking zombie. I need help. And I also gave him a heads up. Hey, for the next couple of weeks, I might seem like a monster. I'm going to seem just really on edge and just very irritable. And it's not because I'm PMSing. It's just because this job is overstimulating, exhausting, and physically demanding. There's nothing really wrong. Now, here's a twist on my situation. And it's one a lot of you might relate to in your own way. I'm not actually a brand new teacher, but I'm also kind of a brand new teacher. For the last several years, I've been working in literacy, and now I've accepted a position teaching 7th and 8th grade math and science. I've taught math and science before, just never in these grade levels. So this year, you're going to get a weird hybrid from me, a veteran who's also, in a lot of ways, starting over. On top of that, I've been out of the classroom for 7 years. I left pre-COVID. And everyone keeps telling me the kids are so different now. So, buckle up with me. This year I'll be sharing and comparing what it's actually like to be a new teacher and not a new teacher at the same time. Funny enough, this ties right back to my new table in the back. Yesterday, at New Teacher Orientation, I was sitting with the table at the back and I met this teacher, total goth chick, love her already. And during one of our breaks, she mentioned that she already started having the teacher nightmares. You know the ones. So me and the PE teacher at our table just looked at each other because we're both veterans. And we just kind of smiled because, yeah, those are coming. The anxiety is going to creep right in there, and it's right on schedule. It doesn't matter if it's your first year or your 21st year, the nightmares show up either way. So this time around, I feel fortunate. I'm launching a classroom with support. I've got someone to lean on and the ability to say, yeah, let's just order a pizza tonight. I don't know what your situation is, but whatever it is and wherever you're at, I want you to know that it's okay to take yourself out for pizza. You can treat yourself to whatever version because you got this. Whatever that looks like, you got this. So anyways, that's it for tonight's episode of the Veteran Teacher Files. I'm the Dragon Lady, and I want to hear from you. What's your best survival tip for the first week or two of school? The one thing that's gotten you through, or something a veteran teacher once passed along to you. Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if this one hit home, do me a favor, subscribe, like, and share it with a teacher who needs to hear that they're not alone in this exhaustion. I'll see you next time.